Okay, cool.
Okay, I'm like, what's going on?
I was like, I know that
Am I doing this alone today?
That was really bizarre.
That was so delayed. That was Facebook being very delayed. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's all right. We're delayed today too. It's that kind of day.
That was just really weird. I was like, hello everyone and happy Thursday. I do actually exist physically in this
Thankfully,
space.
yes.
Today we're drinking a Saison. So, I looked up some information about, like, what should we drink today? Allagash Brewing in Portland, Maine has made this a holiday for the last 8 years. This is year 8. There was mixed information about whether it fell on a certain day or whether it fell on, like, a certain day of the week, you know, each specific year. But as of 2022, the official Saison day is April 23rd. So we're a few weeks out.
Okay.
But last year it was April 14th, so that's today.
It's whatever you want.
I don't even know what the date is. Like,
today would be the 14th.
I think it's the 14th, so we're right on par.
Okay.
So we're drinking a Saison. Nick went out and got this for us.
Yes.
And we're smelling it. It smells really sour.
Like super duper sour. And it's totally not filtered, so it really does resemble...
Here, I'll show you guys.
Totally unfiltered.
Which is pretty typical for this style. But yeah, like you can't hardly see my hand through the glass here. It's very unfiltered, and I just poured it, but I do know how to pour now, so it wasn't all my fault.
She's learned so many things.
It wasn't all my fault. But yeah, I'm kind of nervous to try it because I wasn't expecting sour today. But we'll try it.
Okay.
So, cheers. Oh.
It's getting me. It's a sour.
It's a sour for sure.
Mmm.
Yeah, that is not your typical style that I was expecting. It's like a very astringent type of sour where it like hits you. Okay, it hits you really quick at the beginning, and
it's not sneaky.
No, like it's not the type of sour like where it's like it hits you at the end, like it's kind of sweet and stuff. It's like it hits you right away, and then it kind of like lessens
up. Then it mellows. But
it's like way in the upper top of your mouth. It's like ah. Yeah, that's very interesting.
It's not my favorite.
It's not my favorite either. Like, even for sours, I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but it is unique to have a Saison.
I'm going to sip on it during this hour, and I'll probably become acquainted with it, and we'll become friends, but we are not fast friends, let's say that.
Yeah. It's also, like, highly carbonated, which is a property of a lot of Saisons, is that they're very carbonated compared to your...
I don't know much about Saisons. I honestly, when I go out, I don't usually order them, and it has never been one that I have personally made.
Oh, huh.
Yeah.
So the first Saison that I ever had was at my first brew day. So it's just like kind of interesting because it's been a style that's like been bopping around in my brain since the beginning. But the guy that brewed it was a guy from Montana, and he was saying that his typically was more like had more cinnamon qualities to it than some of the other ones, which like that's kind of typically part of it. Is
it's just always so citrusy.
Yeah.
Like, and that's cool with me, so I don't know why I don't pursue it.
Yeah, well, if you watched our last live, it's no surprise that I like it because I had all the citrus and fruit flavors.
Yeah, you liked all of that.
Yeah, if you haven't watched our last live, honestly, I think it probably was one of my favorite lives that we've done. We chose 3 different beers for each other. We tried to pick what the other person would pick as their favorite beers, and it was really fun. Someone said, is it puckering? Yeah, I definitely would call it puckering.
For sure. It is, even after the second and third and fourth drink.
I'm like one of those people where it's like, if I have a drink, I will drink it, even if I don't actively, like, it's just like, some, you know what I mean? Okay, so you say you don't know much about Saison, so I did a little bit of history.
Okay.
Research. So it actually means season in French. And it's because... Nice accent.
That's my French accent.
I have no idea.
I'm sure it was terrible.
It means season in French, and it's because the beer was brewed seasonally. So basically, when work got like a little bit lighter it was brewed on a farm.
Okay.
And when the work got a little bit lighter during the winter months, that's when they would brew it. And so because of that, the style kind of ranged all over because they would just use like whatever leftover grains that they had.
And they were brewing it in the winter, you said?
Yeah.
So also then it was probably like you would have maybe a slower fermentation if it wasn't inside.
Yeah.
I mean, weather changes, so you're gonna have all kinds of variability.
And then they would drink it basically like in place of water during the summer months when they were working. So typically, like, saisons, back when they first started, they were, like, really low ABV, like, 3.
They still usually are.
And that's what it said, but when I was looking it up, at least on Allagash Brewing today, they were saying that theirs typically are around 5 to 6%.
Oh, well, that's not low.
No, but I think that that's pretty high compared to the standard, because even ours is 5 to 5.6. So, yeah. I mean, I think it's just one of those styles that it has like a long and storied history. So it depends on who you're gonna ask, but I think is largely agreed that it's gonna have like some fruity characteristics to it, not anything super high for ABV.
Right.
And then highly carbonated was another one of the aspects of it. So, but. So we want to talk a little bit about the Belgian Saison because we do have a 1-gallon kit and a 5-gallon kit. The 1-gallon kit is going to be $17.99.
See, and this says it's farmhouse style.
Yeah, farmhouse style.
All right, so
it says spicy.
Yeah, a light-bodied, effervescent ale, which goes with what you said, with warm malty flavors and a slight orange hue from the steeping grains. The included Belgian-style yeast strain completes this farmhouse-style ale by contributing a spicy and peppery background.
Which is interesting because this is not spicy or peppery.
No, because
it's a different style.
Yeah.
It's a different style. It's
so
a sour style.
We have this in the 1-gallon kit and the 5-gallon kit. We have the 1-gallon kit sitting in front of us. We can talk about the 5-gallon kit. We have 2 of them sitting over at the store right now. And so Zachary's bringing one of them back and will deliver it to us during the live when he gets it.
Oh, is he gonna?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So, and then we also are talking about today, because we talked about saisons on a previous live, we figured that we'd throw in another segment of today's live. This is called the 10 under 10 segment. We actually have 13 items because we're overachievers.
Because, we don't want to count to 10.
But basically, we have picked 10 items that we think that we have that you might not know that we have them. They're all under $10, and they're going to be helpful in your brewing process. These are all pieces of equipment in some form or fashion. Just the little things.
And I think so often what happens is you get the big things you need. You get the fermenters, obviously. You get your carboy, you get your bucket, you get your airlocks, you get your cleaners, you get your sanitizers. And you just kind of do it. You just kind of make things work, just like in your kitchen. But there are so many little gadgets that will make things just that much easier that you don't think about, that are really only a few bucks.
For sure. So, and all these little gadgets are designed to fix a problem, I would say.
Yeah.
Like a common problem that you're going to have that you just kind of, until you know that these exist, you just kind of allow them to be problems. But I don't know, for me, if I'm going to be doing a hobby and I can fix a problem for under $10 that I'm going to have over and over and over again, then I don't know, I think it's worthwhile.
Absolutely.
So what do we want to start with?
We can go right down the road if you want to.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
So first off, we have this stainless steel hop straining ball, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. It's just this little stainless steel, like, mesh hop straining ball. And what is this used for, Paula?
Well, in my world, when I'm not brewing, I use it for tea.
Oh, do you?
Honestly. Loose leaf tea is perfect for that, just as
I think I have done that
as a side note. But you can put your hops in there, and then you plop it down into your wort or whatever you're doing, and then you don't have a big mess because it allows the the wort to enter and have contact with the hops, but it doesn't make all of that sediment and mess. So it's just another option that you can use to kind of keep things together. A lot of people use a hop spider. Okay, kind of the same idea. Just a compact hop spider.
So this is $6.48, which is a very random price.
That's a bizarre number.
But that's what we're selling it for.
Yeah.
So stainless steel hop straining bowl.
But I mean, let's think about this. Like, if you were going to do an infusion of any kind, if you were going to do, say, dried grapefruit peel, dried orange peel, lime peel.
It just keeps everything contained so that you don't have to, Yeah.
And as someone who makes wine pretty often, anything I can do to not put sediment throughout my wine makes me happy. I feel the same way with beer.
Well, and if you're brewing in like a all-in-one brewing system too, running things through a pump that's
clogged.
Yeah. So.
You don't want that. So yeah, easy peasy and easy to clean. Opens up. Has a little like a little chain where you can hook it. Yep.
Solid. All right. Next up is bucket clip. This guy right here. Here, I'll show you.
And that's included in some of the kits that we sell, and it's not included in other kits that we sell.
Looks like that. And it's just a little plastic piece that clips onto the side. What is this used to hold?
That's used usually for like a racking cane.
That's what I
so if you were using a racking cane, you can clip that onto the side of your bucket so you're not also trying to keep the racking cane from flapping out. And you can then decide at what level you want that racking cane as you're siphoning, so that you can kind of pull it up off of your sediment and keep things going, and then kind of make it go down as you're finishing. So it's that way to have that extra hand, as if when you're home brewing, 2 hands are often not enough.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know. The first time I was like doing bottling stuff, I was like, is this like supposed to be a one-person job?
Am I an octopus?
Yeah.
And how much is this?
That is $1.99. So
yeah, for $1.99, it just clips right on, and it saves you some bad words.
I think some bad words. I think that it's a good tool too for like if you want to add it to an order of you're already trying to get that free shipping. Like if you're a few dollars short or whatever, just like throw some of these things onto your order, and then you'll have that free shipping. All right, let's go to
It's still puckering.
It is.
This far in, it hasn't calmed down.
I feel like I'm getting used to it a little bit, but like
I'm still getting it a little bit.
It's still very sour.
Yeah, super sour. It's not stopping us from drinking, by the way.
Yeah. A stainless steel perforated skimmer. This is going to be $5.99, but I feel like this could be very useful. As well. So it's basically just like a strainer in a spoon/plate format. But this is really useful for if you're not using a hop ball, or if you're just trying to get something specific out of your brew, like say for whatever reason, like a fly decides that it wants to like come by or something.
Let's not do that. You see these all the time when there's like stir fries going on or whatever. So I really think having one of these in my kitchen would be great. Because there are plenty of times that I want to scoop the top of something off. I would enjoy that. And for $5.99, you may not have it for a very specific reason, but you may figure out you need it because that reason arises. And we haven't had this very long. That's a newer item as far as items go. When you've been homebrewing, I mean, tried and true kind of equipment, it's good throughout years and years and years, and this is something we've just added to our catalog fairly recently. It's super nice to help you get anything that you would have to scoop out of your brew.
All right, next up is a hydrometer test jar. So this one has the removable base on the bottom, and I'll Look closer
You're
up
getting your
again.
exercise today.
I know. I feel a bit like Vanna White. But just a hydrometer test jar with a removable base. And that allows you to, like, get a brush in for washing it, which is really nice. And I feel like it's easier to wash the bottom of this that way than it is to wash if it was solid.
Yes.
So
I think we have about 5 or 6 different hydrometer test jars. If you're looking for this one, you're going to look for removable base is the answer. But it also has the graduated marking, so you know how much you're taking out or how
in
much
ounces
you're putting
and in milliliters.
Nice.
Which is nice because sometimes recipes call for different measurements. It is plastic, so it's not glass, so I'm not going to promise that it won't break, but it
Less
might
likely.
And it is $8.99. So perfect thing to use if you're doing specific gravity readings, which you should be doing if you're brewing.
Yes.
So, and a lot of our kits don't come with these too.
They don't.
And I don't understand why.
I think like our high quality and durable kit will, and I think the 1003 Beast kit comes with it. So when you go to the very top level of kits, you're going to get it. If you're in an average to an economical level of kit, it's going to be what they consider an add-on item because you can brew without that cylinder. You can't brew without other things.
Gotcha. So they're just prioritizing.
Exactly.
I would argue.
Plus, it also takes you to another price level.
Right.
At $8.99, when you start adding things that are almost $10 on, that price jumps really quickly, and they have really done a nice job of trying to find different price points with different levels of completeness.
I understand that too, but I think it also may teach new brewers bad habits.
And that's one of the things, if you come into the store, anyone I've ever talked to, I would always say, and your add-on items would be...
Right, exactly.
You want some kind of thermometer, you want some kind of thief, you want some kind of test jar. Those are the things that would be an immediate add-on item for anything.
Right.
Beer or wine.
Yeah. I get it. Anyways, get a test jar.
Okay.
Okay, shut off hose clamp. One of these guys. And we're down around and another left turn. Alright. And it looks like this. And it's exactly what it says on the label, right?
Yeah.
Is basically you're gonna put this on the hose, the tubing of your auto siphon that's connected to your auto siphon, and it basically has like a little shut off like that. It's not gonna do it, but shut off, so this pinches the tube and stops the liquid from flowing.
Yep.
So similar to like if you kink a hose when you're out.
It's exactly like that. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's like really nice because you don't have to continuously be holding it to stop it from
No, it
flowing.
kind of works on the same idea of a gas pump where you can kind of
that's
get
a
it to
good
notch
way
in.
that's
that's
a good
how it
way to
works.
describe it. So shut off hose clamp is $3.99 for this guy.
And that's for the small one. So that's regular. If you're looking for it and it's hose clamp, this one fits the regular size 3/8 hose. Anything that's 3/8 or 5/16, this is going to fit it. If you're up to the 1/2 inch, then
Cool.
you need a large.
That hit
It
me
got ya.
good that time.
But you can hear it. I mean, like it totally locks on. So that's cool.
Cool. Floating glass thermometer. So, okay, what we did when we were going through to figure out what items we should talk about today is I literally just combed through the website and was like, what items do I find that I didn't really know that we had, or like I never have really paid attention. And this actually was one of the ones at the top of my list. I never knew that we had a floating glass thermometer.
We do, and we sell a lot of them.
Which comes in this case because it is breakable, it is glass. But your nice Home Brew Ohio branded floating thermometer has our little logo there. That's really nifty.
And at the top, you can put a string on it, or you can hook it onto something. So
and this is squishy.
Yeah, it'll just float right in there for you, so that you have an immediate reading of your temperature.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Somebody says, cheers. Dickie's Brew Reviews on YouTube. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh,
I
and
think
look
we're
at
getting
that.
a delivery.
We're getting a delivery. A delivery
and a
from
puppy.
Zach. Thank
Thanks.
you, Zach.
Thank you, Z. You don't want to stop in and say hi?
No.
We're drinking beer.
That's alright.
He said that's all right. He's out of here.
Come on, Stella. Come on. Oh, she's staying.
Okay. Stella staying.
We have a dog now.
All right. We have a beer kit and a dog. There we go.
Speaking of dogs, let's take a brief intermission from our 10 under 10, 13 under 10, and talk about our Two Puppies Pale Ale. We still do have Two Puppies American Pale Ale kits and the Community Lager kits up. They're all grain kits that are up for Big Brew Day. So
And yesterday they started getting ordered.
heck yeah.
So we started shipping them out to people, and my warehouse they called and said, you know, hey, we started getting orders for these, and I said, it's because people are getting ready. You know, we're making them up as we go, and they're ready to go. There'll be a 1-day delay in your shipping so that we can get them made up fresh for you. But we do want everybody to have them, hi baby, before May 6th. So you guys can brew with us, even if we're somewhere else. Hi, are you getting nervous? Are you nervous? You're so silly. Yes, so two puppies after her and Zachary's puppy. This would be Stella.
Don't get on the table.
Okay, it's okay. It's okay, babe. Stella and Edward Beatrice.
It's okay.
She likes to be on the table, actually.
Is it okay?
I don't see why not. She won't jump.
Okay.
There we go. We're just gonna take a nap. There we go.
Hey. She just got groomed, so she
lost her whole skirt because she got matted. We can't wait till she grows up.
So I got a raspberry hefeweizen fermenting now. That sounds delicious. That sounds
Really
exactly
sounds
like what I
good.
would love.
Yes, I know you would.
Because it's fruit and it's wheat beer. So
Mm-hmm.
that sounds delicious.
Yes.
Aww. Stella.
So the two puppies and the community lager are available for order if you are unable to come out and brew with us. If you can brew up with us, to show up at the store on that Saturday morning. We're gonna start brewing around 10.
May 7th.
Yeah, and we're just gonna have fun. We're going to brew together and this one is just hi baby.
She stole the show.
Mm-hmm.
Not surprising.
Party's over. There we go. Okay, can I hold you? Okay, we're gonna just chill out then. Okay, right here.
There we go.
Go.
Oh, good girl.
Okay.
All right, moving on from let's see, where were we at? We were at the Carboy siphon tube holder. Okay, this is interesting to me. I have no idea how this works.
I don't know that I've used one.
So it's like this cone-shaped plastic
But I think
piece.
you do it the other way around.
This way?
Here we go, because it goes into the...
And it would go like...
Yeah, so if you put it in the top of your carboy, and you've got a carboy over here, and then it holds your siphon tube.
Oh, so it would be like...
So it's the same idea as the bucket clip, but in a carboy.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
So it'd be in the
Yeah.
top there.
And then it holds
So
it.
it could... Okay. Cool. That's
Yeah,
neat.
it's the same idea. Same exact idea.
Nifty.
Mm-hmm.
And that is going to be $2.99.
It's just that when you don't have enough arms, this is the answer.
We're selling octopus equipment today.
Yes, we are. And if you have to hold a puppy while you do everything,
Yeah.
there you go.
There has been many a time where I've walked into Paula's office and she's like one hand typing.
Mm-hmm. It's all true.
Our shipping speeds are in half because of the dog.
Because we have puppies.
Kidding, but...
Hi, baby. Mm-hmm. Still getting you?
Oh,
Or is it calming down?
No,
Still got
no. God, it's sour. I think
It's
this is one of the most sour beers we've had. Okay, so we've got the mesh hop strainer bag, which is this guy right here.
Mm-hmm.
So,
It's about an 8.5 by 11 is what the dimensions
Yeah.
are with the drawstring.
So think like the size of like a typical piece of paper.
Mm-hmm. So that has unbelievable amounts of uses because you could use it for grain, although I still prefer a muslin bag. You can use it for hops. It's often used for making nut milk. And it is also very similar to what you may want to use when you're doing some different infusions in a wine. Okay, so it's perfect for like that fruit because you want it to go through, but you don't want the pulp everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You can use it for that. And it's it's heavy enough that there should be no problem reusing it.
Yeah.
We have been selling that strongly for the last 10 years.
It seems very like high quality. Like it wouldn't. It's not like mesh where it's like you would use it once and it would fall apart.
Right. It's really more nylon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then it also has like the drawstring closure, so you could close it. This is going to be $4.99, and we also do carry like a very large selection of like mesh straining bags in general. Mm-hmm. So if this specifically is too big or too small or isn't really what you're looking for, go on our website and just search something like mesh bag, and plenty of options will pop up.
You'll have options, no question.
Someone said, is it possible? Wait, oh no, I can't read.
That kind of day.
Is it possible for a sour beer to be too sour? It sounds like that one needs to be blended or dumped. I don't know.
I think it's gonna be personal preference. To me, it's too sour. Not that it stopped me from drinking it, but it's sour enough that I'm aware of the flavor every time I drink it, and not necessarily in a harmonious way.
It's sour, like, acidity-wise, but there's not, like, enough fruit flavor to, like, back it up, in my opinion. Like, I'm not getting, like, I guess if I had to pick a fruit flavor, I'd pick lemon, because that's, like, the sourest thing I can think of, but there's not enough, like, lemon flavor in it to back up just, like, the pure sourness of it. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's not... I think it's just supposed to be the way the style is, but it's interesting.
Not my favorite.
Not my favorite either, and you know when we agree, that's, like, something...
That's probably not good.
Something's off, or there are pigs flying around somewhere. Okay, next up is the 5-inch funnel. Okay, I'm not gonna get out of my seat for this. It's a funnel. Everyone should know what a funnel is. But, yeah, it's just a plastic funnel. You never know when one of these is gonna come in handy, because you can set it in the top of things and transfer liquids and...
But it also has this. It has a little hook here, and it has this, so if you were going in a smaller vessel, it should be able to hold its own. I actually have this in my kitchen.
Of course you do.
I do.
Yeah, funnels $3.99. Okay, next
I
up.
will tell you though, if you want a little bit bigger funnel, obviously a little bit bigger, it means a little more money. But as soon as you go bigger, you also get an insert that is a mesh insert, and it also becomes a strainer then.
Oh, cool.
So I think that's the answer. This is really inexpensive, and this is the one I have because I'm cooking in there.
Yeah.
But the one that we have in our test kitchen is larger, and just for that reason, because it has a mesh insert that you can pop in and out if you need it or don't need it to also strain.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so moving on. I actually think that this is pretty neat. So we have the mini brew hauler cardboard carrier, and that's this guy here. So basically what this is like a handle system for your growlers. So, and I think it's also cool that it says brew hauler on the side. I don't know, that's kind of neat, the branding.
Well, and I'm going to tell you, if you really like this one, you should grab it, because the company Brew Hauler is no longer making brew hauler.
Really?
So this is it. We bought what was left.
One of a kind.
We bought what was left, and the only ones we have left are the minis, and they'll fit the 1 gallon jug, or they'll fit a growler if you're taking it somewhere. And you know, since the company is no longer manufacturing, all other brew haulers will really just be carboy straps, and they will not have the names on them.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. So this one for like small, like what is it, half gallon?
Yeah, it'll fit perfectly.
They are going to be $5.99. And just to stay under the $10 price point, that's what I included. But I did also want to include, as Paula was saying, the no longer brew hauler, but carboy strap. Okay, so if you've been brewing and you're trying to carry your carboy from one place to another, and it's full of liquid, these guys are heavy. And they're also, like, surprisingly slippery. So if you're just carrying it like this, I mean, like, kudos to you. Like, I mean, I personally don't like...
This goes way farther up, though.
Yeah, oh, way farther up. I personally don't like,
I help you, but I have a dog in my hand.
Oh, you're fine. I personally don't like testing fate with the power of my own muscles with the thing that I just brewed. So this is basically a strap system for the side of your carboy, where it gives you handles that you can hang on to it, and it's like really, really useful. And this guy is not coming out. I mean, it's adjustable as well. So this is a little bit smaller carboy than what you typically would use for like a batch of beer probably. But you can adjust it to different sizes, and it's going to help you to be able to carry that.
That
so
looks like a 5 gallon to me.
Is it?
Mhm.
Oh, you're probably right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just used to
I'm used to
me
this.
having a 6 gallon.
Well, I'm used to, because
Yeah.
one, I've made a lot of wine
Yeah,
too.
that's a 5 gallon. That's perfect. So the secret is going to be, number one, if you're going to use one of these, put it on the carboy before you fill the carboy.
Oh, that's smart.
Okay, because I have done it the other way and
Big
thought,
brain.
what am I doing? Putting it on an empty carboy is easier. So put it on the empty carboy before you fill the carboy, then you're golden.
Smart.
It is so much safer and more stable than using a handle. If you decide you want to use a handle, handles are great. They give you stability, but don't ever pick up a full carboy or even an empty carboy. Buy a handle, because you're putting all that pressure on the neck of a glass container.
I don't like that at all.
I don't mind having them on there when I'm cleaning. I love to have a handle on my carboy when I'm cleaning it.
Yeah.
Because it gives me something to hold on to that is not slippery. So I see where the advantage is to having that, but not for transportation purposes.
So the way that I see it, and this is like really crystal clear to me in my mind as a rock climber. As a rock climber, I see a carboy handle as like, I'm just like hanging on to the like chains, like, but it could bust at any moment. Like, it's fine, it's stable, I can grip it, but like, And then this is like my harness. I'm like, yeah, I feel a lot better about life now.
Yes.
So, yeah, a little carboy harness.
Yeah, they're not much more than $10. Or what are they, 15, 17, 18, something like that?
I don't know what they are, but it's not anything crazy.
Right, they're wonderful. And if you've ever dropped a carboy, you know you wish you had it.
Yeah. I honestly, if I had to pick a tool out of all the tools that we've talked about, I think that I would pick this, just because I've transported a lot of carboys, and we have, when we brew, we generally pick it up and we'll put it on a rolling cart, and then we can roll around, but I mean, like, I don't know how many
I don't have
people
it at home.
their house have rolling carts. Someone said, late logging in, I love the doggo. My Chihuahua Vanessa turned 13 yesterday.
Oh, happy birthday, Vanessa.
Happy birthday, Vanessa. How old's Stella?
So Stella is 3 years old in April.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, happy birthday, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, moving on. The last couple items that we have. Oh my gosh, I forgot an item. I
You
just realized that I
did.
forgot it.
And I don't have any.
I must have marked it off because they were like close to each other or something. This is one of my favorite items too.
No. Yeah, you're going to have to do a really good job of describing.
Alright, so if you're carrying your 6 bottles of beer, basically it's like a cardboard holder, and it's flat, and then it pops up, and it has a little handle, and you put your bottles of beer in it, and then you carry it around. Which, like, it's $1.99.
But if you ever travel with beer and then you're grabbing towels or kitchen towels or rags and you're trying to wrap them up so they don't cling together, you don't want to break them.
Right.
Have beer will travel with this baby.
It's literally like, that's what it's designed for. So, and it's $1.99, so it's an easy thing to throw on. And like, if you're sending, or if you're like bringing beer to like your local homebrew club, it'd be really easy. If you want to give beer to your friends, like even I was thinking about if you wanted to like give beer as a gift to anyone, just like throw it in one of those. And not only is it easier to transport, but it also like makes it look nicer, and it's like easier for them to just like throw it in the fridge.
And they're white, so you could customize them.
Exactly, yeah, it'd be really fun to, like, put labels or whatever. But yeah, so essentially what I'm describing, I thought that I grabbed it, is if you buy beer at the store and it comes in the little cardboard case, it's that, but instead of branding, it's completely white. So,
okay.
Yeah, moving on. Bottle filler. We've talked about this quite a bit, but I had to include it on the list. It's a combination bottle filler. It's spring-loaded. this is going to attach to the end of your tubing, and the tubing will attach to your auto siphon, and this will make the bottling process a lot more easy and smoother, and you will have a lot less wine or beer wherever you are bottling. So basically the way that this works is when this is pressed down, the wine or the beer will be flowing, and when it's released, it will stop. So it's kind of similar to the clamp in a way, the hose clamp, but I would almost...
With the spring.
Yeah, I would almost say that this is a little bit more... I would say that this is a bit easier to use than
No
that.
question.
Yeah.
For the $4 difference between crimping a hose and being able to use this combination bottle filler, night and day.
Yeah, and it's like, it's instantaneous too, whereas the clamp, I mean, the clamp's still like a cool thing to use. It's better than kinking it or like...
Or slapping it all over.
Exactly. Or like the classic, like, here's a bottle, trying to just go in between the bottles in your sink. I think when I was bottling one of the wines at the store, I think I wasted like half the wine trying to, because I didn't understand to use one of these. But yeah, combination bottle filler, and people are like, maybe I don't want to add it. Maybe it's like an expensive. It's $5.99, so it's gonna be really useful.
You can buy more expensive ones, but this is really a great one, and this will run with your 5/16 or 3/8 size. We do have a larger size that's a 1/2 inch, so just make sure you know which size your whole setup is, and then they will accommodate. They will be very tight to go on, but you want that because now that you've created the pressure with your siphon, then you need to make sure that it's not going to spray out all over anywhere. We've watched that happen. Just saying.
And then you were saying that like they're hard to get on too.
They are.
She taught me a trick. It was really helpful. You get the tubing kind of warm with like warm water, and it's a lot more pliable to put it on the end of this. I genuinely did not think that it would fit, and then she told me that trick, and I was like, oh, look at that. So before you call our customer service, although they are always happy to assist you,
they will tell you to get it warm.
They'll tell you that exact thing. All right, last but not least, we have a carboy wedge. This is a really like underrated tool.
It really is.
So basically, this guy sits under your carboy, and it just helps to tilt your carboy so that you can get the last of the sediment, like the last of the liquid off the bottom while the sediment still stays.
It's just the whole idea, again, of that extra hand. If you have to tilt it with one hand, you've lost a hand.
I literally feel like all these products are just
an additional hand.
Yeah. But it's also like just the scene of a person trying to bottle. I feel like that's or trying to rack. It's just the carboy and the way it's... Oh, she got really upset by that.
You didn't want us to do that? She can hear her cousin in the hallway.
She's like, well, I've tried to bottle by myself all the time. And it's so hard. I didn't have any of this. She's so cute.
She's got things to say.
Carboy wedge, Stella approved.
You agree, Stella?
It's $2.99, so... Yeah.
And, you can use anything. It's just funny because people are like, well, in the store I've heard them say, well, I can use a book, or I can use a magazine, or I could use my shoe. And yes, you could, but if you have a set-up kitchen, I know, baby. You have a set-up kitchen for brewing, and you don't have those things in it, but you do have that, you're going to grab the carboy wedge, and you're always going to have something you can use to tilt that up.
Exactly. I think it's funny, too, because I do a lot of filming, and... Like, I'm like, oh, I can use a book, or I can use this or that for a tripod. And then I got a tripod, and I was like...
I could use a tripod.
I was like, that was easy, and they're not even that expensive. I mean, depending on the tripod, but, like, in this case...
Yeah.
Just get the tools.
So we do have this... Stella, do you want to go out and see your cousin? I'm going to take her to see her cousin.
Intermission.
Because we also need to go over the 5-gallon kit. I'm not moving as fast as you. I also have a puppy helping me though. Oh.
These chairs are not simple to get in and out of for whatever reason. Okay, so let's talk about the 5-gallon Saison kit that Zach so kindly brought to us. Now that we are dog-free for the next 5 minutes.
For 3 seconds.
So the 5-gallon Saison is going to be very similar to the 1 gallon, but this one has candy syrup for caramel sweetness and a hint of fresh plums. It has a Belgian-style yeast strain, and once again, that spicy, peppery background. Do we want to unbox it? Kind of go through it?
And you know what? This is IBUs of 23 to 27. Yours is lower.
21 to 25, and this ABV is a bit, just a hair higher.
Okay.
5.25 to 5.75.
Gotcha. And is it easy? Oh, yours is intermediate. This one's easy.
And if you've heard us talk about this before, the brewing difficulty on the Brewer's Best kits, really don't be intimidated by them. Even if it's a brewing difficulty of difficult, it generally just means that there's more ingredients to add.
Just means read carefully.
Yeah, just means be a little bit more careful. So, let's open this guy up. So we've got a big old 3 pounds of dry malt extract. It's Golden Light. And here, I'll give you the instructions.
2 pages?
Yeah. Well, it has
it's a steep to convert.
We have the spice pack. So spice pack for this Belgian Saison is going to be 1/2 ounce of bitter orange peel and a 1/28 ounce of paradise seeds. So that's an interesting combo.
Yeah.
I don't know if I know what paradise seeds really contribute.
I don't know what their taste profile is. You guys know?
Tastes like paradise.
Oh, all right, I'm in. Sounds like the beach to me.
Let's see, we got another DME here.
More Golden Light.
More Golden Light. So we actually have 4 pounds total of Golden Light DME, which means that we're not going to have any liquid malt extract in this kit, which I feel like is fairly rare for a Brewer's Best, to be honest.
Yeah, because their fermentables show the 4 DME and then 1 of candy syrup.
But I also see some red, which means that there's some differences in the recipe from the typical Brewer's Best brew day schedule.
So it's saying this recipe incorporates a late malt addition to ensure the lightest color possible for this beer style. So actually on brew day, you start your 1 hour brew, your boil, and then you have your Northern Brewer hops, and then boil 30 minutes, then do another Northern Brewer hops, boil for 15 minutes. Then you're going to add the remaining 1 pound of DME, the spices, and the candy syrup. So your boils is what's going to be the difference here.
So here's the hops, German Northern Brewer. Is it just...
It's 2.
You said it's 2 ounces?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So you'll add 1 ounce.
So
and
you
then
have 2 hop additions.
Oh, gotcha. And then you said the candy
syrup
as well.
The candy syrup as well as the spices get added in at the same time then.
Okay, gotcha. So we're putting this in, the golden, and then we're also putting in the previously mentioned bitter orange peel and
then this is what your last hop addition
So
is.
that's why they did it in a separate bag.
So smart. They want you to do 1 pound DME, spices, and candy syrup.
Because you know if they put it all in the same bag, well, then it's usually packaged in 3 pound bags.
Yeah, it works out perfectly.
But yeah, and then what do we have? Because I'm assuming the specialty grains are before all that as well.
Well, it's not your normal steeping.
Well, yeah. So we have crushed caramel 30 and flaked wheat. Yeah, so 4 ounces of the caramel 30 and 12 ounces of the flaked wheat. And then we also have crushed Vienna.
A whole pound.
A pound of that. Yeah.
That's really a good amount of specialty grains.
It is compared to a lot of it.
Yeah.
And then of course we have your Brewer's Best 60 count of crown caps, your muslin grain bag to steep your grains, priming sugar if you are bottling, and well, I guess priming sugar if you're kegging too.
No, you don't need it if you're keg.
Oh yeah. And then Safe Ale T58. So the profile on this yeast, it says specialty yeast selected for its estery, somewhat peppery and spicy flavor development.
So there you go. That's where it is.
Yeah. So it makes sense why they would choose that as their yeast. And as always, Paula loves when I try to put these back together.
I love it. It doesn't look anything like it did.
Well, you know.
Before.
we all, what?
Okay, no, you're fine.
I think it will work. Maybe it won't
If you-
work. I'll let you do it. Wow. You know, I never was good at puzzles. Really wasn't ever good at puzzles.
Here we go.
My mom and grandma would do like those like jigsaw puzzles and stuff. And she would literally say to me, she's like, Courtney, how would you think that piece would fit? I'm like, don't know. Grew up to be a graphic designer. Solid.
How does that fit?
Don't know. Alright, yeah, so that's the Belgian Saison.
Yeah.
This one will not, just to be clear, this one will not be sour.
No.
It's gonna be entirely different from this. Which, candidly, I mean, I've drank it, but
Not my favorite.
not my favorite.
Mm-mm.
We'll blame Nick.
Yeah.
You can't like them all, right? Alright, so coming up next week, let's see, what are we doing next week? I don't even know what's on the calendar. So how many weeks are there between now and Big Brew Day? Like 3 or...
I want to say like this Saturday, and then 1, 2 Saturday, then it's 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
3 weeks. So get your kits. If you're not going to be able to brew with us, if you are going to be able to come and brew with us, make your plans, figure it out. It is Mother's Day, the day before Mother's
Yes.
Day. So bring your mom to brew. We'd love it.
Brew it for her.
Yeah. And yeah, we'll catch you next week for Thirsty Thursday. And if you want to check out any of these items,
Any of our goodies.
let me just run through a list of the names,
Okay.
the specific names that you can search on our website. So we have the stainless steel hop straining ball, the bucket clip,
I got this.
stainless steel perforated skimmer, the hydrometer test jar, and that's with the removable base.
Yeah.
The shut-off hose clamp, the floating glass thermometer. The way you're doing your hands is cracking me up. Carboy siphon tube holder, the mesh hop strainer bag, the 5-inch funnel, which on the website it's funnel 5-inch, mini brew hauler carboy carrier, the six-pack bottle carrier, the combination bottle filler, and the carboy wedge. Beautifully done. Yeah, so if you want to get any of those items, stop on by to our website, search them, and be on your way to a lot smoother brewing.
And if you're in the store, stop out and take a look, because there's a lot more fun things in that price range.
Grains of Paradise, Zach says. Floral, white pepper, generic spiciness.
Okay, that makes sense.
Gotcha.
Thank you, Zach.
Thank you, Zach. All right. See you guys on the next Thirsty Thursday.